Hello and welcome to the most unprofessional YouTube video ever made. Let's talk about how you can make use of the asset browser feature of Blender 3.0. First, create a new folder where you want your asset libraries to be stored. I prefer creating separate folder for materials, object and other stuff. We need to save all Blender files in these folders. Open up Blender, create a new asset. We'll work with materials for now as it is the most straightforward way. Open up the shader editor, create your material, give it a good name. Right click on the material name and select mark as asset. And there you have already created your first asset. I split the screen from top and open up asset browser. We can already see our material listed in the asset browser window. You can now save this file in the material folder we created before. Now to see this material as an asset, let's add this material folder as an asset library. To do that, we'll go to preferences, then file paths and add a new file path. Navigate to the material folder and add it as library. Give it a good name. Now your new asset library should be visible in the asset manager. Just drag and drop the material onto any object to apply it. So let's see how we can add an object as an asset. So we'll just create a new object. Let us also give it a nice material. That will work. Now let's go to the outliner, select your object, right click and mark as asset. Let's also rename this to chair. Open up the asset manager to have a look at your chair asset. Similar can be done for a collection too, but you need to be on Blender 3.1 Alpha or newer Blender version to use this feature. To enable marking collections, node trees or even texture as asset, go to Edit, Preferences, Interface and enable Developer Extras. This will bring a new tab for enabling experimental features. We need to enable Extended Asset Browser from here. Keep this in mind that this is in development right now, so things might change a lot in future. I'll create some new materials, say a set of chair and table. So let's just do that first. I'll make sure to move all the object to world origin, as the world origin will be the instance point for every collection asset that we're making. To make our life a little bit easier, I'll just add an empty and parent everything to that empty so that I can just move everything using a single point. We can now mark this entire collection as an asset. Don't panic if Blender freezes, it will complete eventually. If your collection asset is not visible in Asset Manager, check your filter setting. There should be an option to unhide the collection assets. As you can see, preview generation for collection is not yet supported, but we can always load a custom preview by opening the side panel, shortcut key N, and selecting the button with a directory on it. I've marked several of my collection as asset and set a custom preview for them. Now we just save this file in the appropriate folder and add the folder as asset library, and like we did before. And check your asset library, you'll find your object and collections there. You can either append or link the object using this option. Simply drag and drop the collection or object to add it to your scene. Blender also provides option to categorize assets in catalogs. To create or modify a catalog for any asset library, we need to open any asset file inside that library. We can do that easily by right clicking on asset and choosing open blend file. Click on small plus icon to create a new catalog. Now we can rename it to our liking. We can even create subcatalog inside this catalog. Now just drag and drop your assets into any of the catalog and you're done categorizing it. Make cataloging a habit. It can ease your work a lot. This catalog data is stored in the same folder you've added as your asset library. In our case, we are working on material demo library. So I'll find the catalog file in the material folder in Windows. You don't need to understand this file, just know that it exists here and should not be deleted or moved somewhere else. You can even create subfolders inside and move the blend file into them to organize them properly. But make sure to not move the catalog text file with your blend files. And with this, you now know almost everything there is to know about creating and using assets. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like. If it wasn't, tell me in the comments how can I improve. As a bonus for watching the video till end, I'd like to share a small geometry node setup that I made to make scattering stuff a lot easier. It includes many options like child particles, global and random rotation, global random scale, even scaling based on noise patterns. Also camera culling with near and far clipping. To download the node tree, just head to the Gumroad link in the description and download it for free. You can enter 0 in the amount to download. I've planned my second video about this geometry node setup, so get subscribed and turn the bell icon to get notified once it's uploaded. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope to see everyone in the next one.